All right, welcome back and thank you for staying with us. Now, today we'll be diving right into what we have for this morning. We'll be tackling a question at the heart of Nigeria's national security. Should military veterans be deployed to secure ungoverned areas across the country? Now, historically, retired military personnel in Nigeria have often played behind-the-scenes roles in supporting security and community safety, serving as advisors, trainers, or in administrative capacities. Now, their experience, discipline, and knowledge of local dynamics have long been recognized as valuable assets to both active security forces and local communities. Now, the federal government is taking this further. Recently, the Ministry of Defense inaugurated an 18-member committee tasked with repositioning the Nigerian Legion Corps of Commissionaries and integrating veterans into national security efforts. Now, the plan is to deploy these retirees to areas with weak government presence, so-called ungoverned spaces, to complement ongoing military operations, enhance intelligence gathering, and build trust with local communities. Now, according to the Minister of Defense, General Christopher Musa, retired, this initiative is not just about security. It also aims to address the socio-economic roots of insecurity, improve veteran welfare, and give retired personnel productive roles post-service. By actively involving veterans, the government hopes to reduce criminal activities, ease pressure on serving troops, and promote sustainable community-based security. But while the plan has its supporters, some veteran groups and citizens are asking important questions. Will these structures be managed fairly? Will veterans truly benefit, and can retired soldiers effectively operate in high-risk areas without new safeguards? We want to hear from you, our viewers. Do you support the deployment of military veterans to secure Nigeria's ungoverned areas, or do you think this is a risky experiment? We'd like to hear from you. Make sure you call us in on the numbers displayed on your screen, or send us a WhatsApp message so we can hear your thoughts. Now, this particular situation of deploying veterans into the field in any capacity when it comes to providing valuable them being valuable in assets, such as being in communities, being safe, serving as advisors, trainers, or in administrative capacities. There are situations where they are understandable, but we have to understand that these are veterans. They are retired. Some might not be able to do that, but I believe there would be some sort of vetting when it comes to being able to deploy these veterans. And what do the veterans think about this redeployment, I would call it, at the end of the day, taking you out of retirement, even though at the end of the day it is something that needs to be looked at, having to understand that when retired, a lot of veterans have nothing else to do, or it is hard for them to transition into the everyday life as a civilian. But let us hear from our callers. We have our first call this morning. Hello, good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning, Hauwa. How are you today?
I'm doing well, thank you. Good morning, Ade. Yes, thank you for joining us.
Ramona is not set today.
Yes, unfortunately, she's not with us this morning.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you support veterans being deployed? 100%. I support 100%. Why do I say so? You see, many of these veterans, they are very, very okay, very agile. Those who have a medical condition can be left out. But those who are still fit among them, not only even the military, the police, the paramilitaries, there are so many of them that still can be helpful. I suggest that they should bring them back, give them ammunition, but let them be in their locals. For example, if a veteran from Abuja FCT, they send them to FCT, they will know the terrain. So from each state, engage them. Instead of remembering them every year, heroes or whatever, give them ammunition and put them on a special scale of salary, maybe like 200,000 a month. So then give them ammunition, so they will work tirelessly in their locals. It will reduce this insecurity that we're having now. All this killing and no killing, I'm watching your news this one now. What is happening in Katsina? That is the state that want to release 70 bandits. And see what is happening there now. So how long are we going to continue with this? People are dying. It's very painful. It is when it happens to somebody that we know the feelings. You know? So I don't want people to die like this, like chicken. Even you can't kill chicken this way. So these veterans, they are overdue. The police elsewhere, the NFDC, whatever they call them, those who tell of them, employ them, bring them back, give them ammunition, let them help us in their locals. Because if you read it, anyway, you are in news media. You see what is happening in Kwara? The chairman of Malaysia is under arrest. That sponsoring bandits in that state. Commissioner of Finance in Bauchi has been arrested by EFCC and DSS is under arrest for wiring $2.5 million to Malaysia in Bauchi. What is going on? And we are blaming the president. And this thing is man-made. Also problem for everybody. Let's wake up and do something. God bless Nigeria. Good morning.
All right, thank you very much, Ade, for that. Now, it is quite understandable with every situation. There would be pros and cons to it. Now, having to be able to deploy veterans to different areas when it comes to having a supporting role in security and community safety, serving as advisors as well, training and in administrative capacity. There are lots of veterans that have a wealth of knowledge that they can offer. And aside from that, some of them, I would say most of them, are in tip-top shape to be able to do those duties, giving them that opportunity to be on their feet instead of, not being able to have anything else to do, and as well contributing to national security. But let's take our next caller. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Trust TV family. Good morning, Abuja. Good morning, Maiduguri. This is Shetima Yakudima calling from Maiduguri.
Good morning, Shetima. Thank you for joining us this morning. Go ahead with your thoughts.
Thank you. Today we are in the same page with Ade. It is good. We are 100% support. But something needs to be said on this matter. We are calling for our politicians to always remember a one side that said, be nice to people on your way off. You may need their help on your way down. So the veterans, we should say they should exercise patience. They take this offer with all free mind. We know the way they handled them in the past is wrong. That is why always talking about VIP treatment to our retirees. The time will come when you will need their help, and this is the time. They should take heart. This is their own country. These citizens, their own children and grandchildren. They should exercise patience and take this offer with free mind, and they should dedicate. The advice that I give, it was in line. They should be giving them assignment in the state where they know the terrain. It will be very, very good. And also, you see their past experience. If at all it garnish with the modern experience, it will yield a better result. We are hoping and praying this arrangement will come in life with all sincerity and all support. Let them be given all the necessary support and give them all the necessary needful so that they will deliver. And we are hoping and praying this arrangement will mark the end of this menace in this country. We are hoping and praying our peace and security of Nigeria that we know in the past, it will restore back. We are hoping and praying that. So they should exercise patience. They should take things that happen in the past, just behind them. What if at all they could remember the ill treatment that they received, they will not take this offer, honestly speaking. So they should exercise patience. As I earlier said, this country belongs to all of us. And we are in this country now, we are experiencing the difficulties of the insecurity. We are also their children and grandchildren. They should take this assignment or this offer with all one mind, so that they should contribute, for the betterness of the security of this country. Thank you so much and have a nice day.
Thank you very much, Shatima, for that. Now, I believe one of the main purposes of doing this is to, deploy these retirees or veterans to ungoverned spaces to complement ongoing military operations and enhance intelligence gathering, as well as build trust with local communities. Now, on one hand, it is quite understandable if some of them would not want to, do that. And on the other hand, it might be of benefit to them due to the fact that that would put them back in the system, even though they are not off the system. But having to struggle for you to get what you deserve, that is your entitlements, your welfare as well. But being back in the system might be an easier way to get what is needed in order for you to carry out your life. But when it comes to talking about ungoverned spaces and sending them there in order to complement ongoing military operations, it is quite understandable to know that these veterans do have a wealth, long-standing experience when it comes to fighting, when it comes to combat, when it comes to gathering of intelligence as well as reconnaissance. But it needs to be looked at in different perspectives, in the sense that when some might not be open to this idea and others might be. Some might have, put themselves off that path, but it is still remaining for the government to be able to put them together, to be able to let them see the light of it, as well as make sure that they take care of the welfare of those that do, I believe, accept to rejoin, and those that still believe that they still need to continue being retired, for their entitlements to be paid, for their welfare to be looked at. But I believe we have another caller. Hello, good morning. Thank you for joining us. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Thank you. Good morning, Hauwa.
Good morning.
How are you? How is Abuja?
Fine, thank you.
My name is Abdul Kubando Mandonyo. I'm calling from Taraba State.
All right, thank you for calling in. Go ahead with your thoughts. Hello, do we still have Abdul with us? All right, make sure you call us back. Would like to hear from you. We're still discussing national security and the deployment of veterans back in the field. We'd like to hear from you. Do you think it is a good idea to do that? And will it help with national security and helping out in closing up the gaps that we do have when it comes to everything? All right, we have another caller. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yes, thank you for joining us. What is your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Haruna Abdullahi. Comrade Haruna Abdullahi Kambia from Kebbi State.
Thank you for joining in. Go ahead with your thoughts.
Okay. We had all the discussion about with regard to the engaging these veterans. Really, it's a welcome idea, but in as much as some conditions are met, let them be taken care of, that is their welfare to be taken care of, and also to be provided with the arms, the modern arms, that the sophisticated arms that is better than that of the criminals per se. Really, that if you say an old port makes sweeter water and very much faster. So that really is really a welcome idea. We pray to Almighty Allah to see us through the end of this illegality, killing and shedding blood of innocent people that is going on in Nigeria. Thank you very much, and over.
All All right, thank you very much for that. Now, it seems like a lot of people are welcoming this idea due to the fact that it might help in closing up the gaps that we do have when it comes to national security. We have shorthand when it comes to the number of armed forces that we have when it comes to covering that space, that ungoverned space that we do have when it comes to being able to know what is going on there, as well as taking care of insecurity there. But we would have to look at improved veteran welfare as well. That is one thing that a lot might be very skeptical about it. But there are lots of factors when it comes to bringing back those veterans into combat, into the space, into being able to provide all the necessary when it comes to national security, when it comes to retraining, when it comes to providing enough or proper arms in taking care of what needs to be taken care of when it comes to other technological advancement that we do have now that might not have been when they did serve. So there are lots of things that, a lot of factors that needs to be looked at. All right, we have another caller. Hello, good morning. Thank you for joining us. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, good morning. My name is Muzamil Abba.
All right, thank you for joining us, Muzamil. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Kiyawa local government, Jigawa State.
All right, thank you for calling in. Go ahead with your thoughts.
So my own take with regard to the deployment of veterans, I think it has to be limited in operation. It has to be limited, very, very limited, because the veteran that, or those that are active in service, and then those that have been out of service, and then you join them together, to me, according to security, going by the security architecture or the trust that needs to be established and maintained within the ranks of the military and other personnel. That's why I suggested that it should be limited. It should be kept to a certain level, not expose the veteran into some classified information with regard to the field operations and security measures taken. So it's a good thing to re-engage them, but it should be a different thing. Like government should focus on carrying them along in a different aspect, like maybe in private security or working together with the private security firms in making sure that the first level response of insecurity.
All right, I believe we lost Muzamil there, but thank you for sharing your thoughts. It is quite important to understand that there are lots of factors when it comes to being able to deploy veterans back into helping out when it comes to national security. But as we know, we have our Defense Minister, General Christopher Musa, retired, and I believe he has so much wealth when it comes to the armed forces, and he'll be able to, I believe, delegate and deliberate when it comes to what is right and what is necessary looking at deployment of veterans. We have Abasinkom from Gombe State calling in. Hello, good morning, Abasinkom.
Good morning, Howard. Beautiful morning, beautiful Trust TV, beautiful people. Sincerely speaking, this topic is a dynamic topic.
Abasinkom, could you speak up? Because you can't hear you.
We are all embedded in. Do you support the veteran being deployed? Hello?
Can you speak? Yes, can you speak so we can hear you?
All right, yes. I said I want to really appreciate Trust TV. You people are doing awesomely well. And I want to single out Dr. Suleiman, who was, I think, one of the directors there. Each time he comes on board, I used to hear his presentation. Very wonderful man. I think he was an editor also. Then I also want to really appreciate Dr. Theophilus Abba. Each time you people call him on board, he does not hesitate than giving his heart. I look at the lips of his mouth when he's always talking. I really appreciate that. Yes, coming to the topic of today, Mr. Ade has spoken my heart. Shetima has spoken my heart. The last caller has also spoken my heart. There are classified areas of jurisdiction that these people can be given. Because once they are old, will you go and bring somebody who is about 70 years? What will he be able to do? That last caller really classifies what needs to be done. There should be those that are good in training should be kept on training. I've been saying this severally on this program that personally myself, I am an undercover man. Somebody that has to do with intelligence. That is my area of specialization. And that is why I said, let the government give me Dr. Yahuza or something like that, Ahmed Gesto, a security intelligence and investigation expert. You people brought him on board. You people interviewed him here. And Babajide of Trust TV. Let me have those two people. And then you see what will happen as far as security is concerned. We don't need America to come in here. Look at what happened in Israel. Israel had to call their reserve. What is reserve? They called their veterans to assist them. Until we go back to our drawing board, we will continue to have problems. If we don't go back, we have problems. And one aspect we need to talk about, Nigeria must study the issue without leaving stones unturned. What is case study? We have to go back to our drawing board and carry out discrete investigation. That is, once they say discrete investigation, that is what they call probity. You probe into everything that needs to do about security. Emergency on security. Once you do that, then you see security will pop up. Imagine, look at what I'm seeing. Very, very dangerous trend. Tunji, attacking another bandit group, and then no security to respond. Is that not the situation when the security need to respond? Capture rivalry, kill them. Haba in I don't know the name of that place in Katsina, whether they call it baby. What kind of security do we have? So what we really need is undercover security. That is what we need now. We don't need lavishing money. I don't need to work as a veteran. I don't need. All I need is to teach how to carry out undercover duties. I want to give you an example with Israel. In 500 years ago, what happened? 12 people were sent to spy a particular place. 2 came with a positive result, and 10 came with negative report. Eventually, they were able to capture that place with the 2. So, undercover, non-kinetic is the basic thing. So if you are wasting money, they should shoot, America should shoot, is there no crime? But just give me 6 months and see what will happen. I'm just telling you the truth, though. Don't waste their money. I don't even say they should give me money. I'll just teach. Teach. I have been giving example about security here.
But I think I believe since you're a veteran now, this is an opportunity for you to contribute.
What happened? And they were announcing, and then their compass from their captain.
Abasinko, are you still with us? All right, I believe we lost Abatsinkong, but at the end of the day, it is quite important to understand what role they're supposed to play when it comes to being able to contribute to national security. We have a couple of WhatsApp messages that we have here. We have one from Nandi Bete, and says on national security and deployment of veterans. Good morning, Trust TV. New brooms may sweep well, but the old brooms know better where to locate the cobwebs around the house. We need the veterans to assist in this teething insecurity matter that is turning life into a nightmare for citizens. Let them be deployed. Thank you very much, Nandi Betty, for that. We have another message from Moses, and God Gift Moses says, good morning, Trust TV. My name is God Gift Moses and I'm from Bauchi. I'm writing to express my thoughts on national security and veterans deployment. In response to the question, I strongly support initiatives that promote the deployment of veterans. They've served our nation and dedicated and sacrificed, often putting their lives on the line. It's concerning that despite their efforts, they're often underappreciated and many retire with limited benefits after 35 years of service. Now, the pensions they receive are often palatable, equivalent to what a politician might spend on petrol money for a few days, highlighting the disparity in how we value service and leadership. I believe investing in veterans deployment is crucial for their well-being and contributes to national security and stability. We should ensure they're valued and supported throughout their lives. Thank you very much, Goskiv Moses, for that. Now we have another from Karamo Abdul Hakim from Kwara State, and he says, good morning, Trust TV. Good morning, Hauwa. Good morning, Nigeria. This is a good one, but why not recruit young ones into Nigerian army? It will be better than bringing who's already aged 55 to 60. They can't be active. They are not strong again, but experience is there. I know. Thank you very much, Karamo, for that. Now, looking at being able to serve when it comes to being on the field, it is quite important that some might not have the capacity, but there are other areas that they can contribute when it comes to training, when it comes to advising, as well as administrative capacity. But we'll see how things pan out and how this can be able to work. We'll be going on a quick break now. Thank you to all our callers and our viewers, as well as those that sent their WhatsApp messages. When we come back, we'll be diving into our discussion segment and we'll be looking at Nigeria and Turkey's bilateral agreement. We'll be right back.